Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson told us that the hierarchy of the DC universe was about to change. But has it? Let's talk about it.
Jones Vibes.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to Jones Vibes. If you're new to the channel, I do movie and television reviews, and it rocks. But today, we're talking about Black Adam. And give this video a like if you saw the movie. I managed to see it over the weekend, and I was actually a lot more excited going into this than I ever would have expected to be. I almost feel like since it got such a bad critical response up front, it made me go in with just a very open mind. I was kind of just ready for anything. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I had a lot of fun. Dwayne Johnson was pretty awesome. But before I get too far into this, I do want to let you know that I'm going to be giving my vibe check rating at the end of this review, so stick around. But everyone is aware that things have just been strange for the DCEU, and everybody has their own opinion about it. Personally, I'm a massive fan of Zack Snyder, and I really wish that his full vision could have been realized, but that's not what happened. And the results of that have just kind of been this up and down roller coaster that doesn't quite have the same connective tissue that maybe the MCU does. But The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, was very, very excited about this movie, and he clearly put a lot into delivering for the fans. He made that very clear in a lot of the talk show appearances and interviews leading up to the movie. He made an effort to let us know that he cares. And sorry, but honestly, just like my perspective on The Rock, that's just not something that I expected to hear from him. And it really changed the way that I looked at him, especially regarding this character and the DC universe. And I do think that this movie was a step in the right direction. You know, Warner Brothers has new leadership now. Things are changing. And was this movie a masterpiece? No, not to me, maybe to you. But with that being said, I had a great time. A better time than a lot of my experiences with the DCEU. I think the biggest problems are mainly just surrounding the development of the story and its characters. It just moves, and that's kind of the fun of it, but you're just relying so heavily on these little pieces of bits and banter to somehow understand the plot and what's going on. I'm not familiar with the comics, I'm sorry. So I'm playing catch up. Like, I'm trying to learn about Kahndaq and the Justice Society and all of these new characters that are just thrown into this thing. And at the same time, I'm trying to kind of like look past the fact that all of a sudden Black Adam is just like speaking fluent English. And like I said, I'm looking past it because I feel like this movie's confident enough in itself that it's just like, yeah, that's what we're doing. But if you're looking for things to really be critical about, I think you could find enough of them in every scene. But I was just trying to have a good time. And Dwayne Johnson was awesome. This movie kind of solidified that for me. And Black Adam is the ruthless, brutal, badass version of a superhero that you're always kind of wanting to see. Only DC could do this. He kills. And that's the difference maker. And there are a lot of kills in this. He was powerful, and he just kind of had this cool swag vibe about him, you know, like the way that he hovers, and it's just kind of like hovering around instead of walking. I like that. It was almost like a video game character. But yeah, you had the introduction of all these other characters and the Justice Society, which I liked a lot. Hawkman grew on me throughout the film, and honestly, I'm happy for Aldous Hodge. I've seen this guy in so many different projects throughout the years, and he really did great in this role. Cyclone and Atom Smasher were both pretty cool. I really loved the fact that Atom Smasher's uncle was Henry Winkler. Like, just seeing him in this movie made me crack up. But he was good comical relief. He was. And as for Cyclone, her powers looked awesome. Like, aesthetically, I haven't quite ever seen anything like that. And if they were to do some sort of spin-off on those couple characters, I'm down. But then there was Fate. Dr. Fate. See what I did there? But he was the real standout for me. Pierce Brosnan, man. It's good to see him in something. I think there's a nice comparison to Doctor Strange here, but they managed to give him his own feel, and his powers were just very unique. And funny enough, I left wanting more of the Justice Society. I went into this ready to watch a Black Adam movie, and I left wanting more of something else. So that's cool. But it didn't deliver on some other things for me. Like, the plot was just meaningless. And a lot of the side characters were nothing but cheesy dialogue. I'm sorry, like the kid with the skateboard. I don't know. There were some scenes where I was just like, oh, I want to like it, but some of the conversations, I would be trying to listen and be like so adamant on wanting to like what's going on, and I would just be like, dang it! No, that was bad. That wasn't good. And also, the villain was practically non-existent. I think his name was Ishmael, and I'm sorry, but he had the exact same haircut as the bad guy from True Lies, and I could not stop thinking about that. And then he turns into Sabak, the demon, and maybe if you've read the comics, this was like a huge deal. So it could have been really important to some people. For me, it just felt purely like an obstacle in the movie for Black Adam to overcome. I didn't feel attached to that storyline whatsoever. But the CGI on it was pretty cool. It was good. I don't know. The action was fun. The explosions were big, and I think there was definitely some heart put into this. And given the box office return so far, like, I would imagine that we're gonna get more Black Adam. We'll probably get a sequel, and so I just hope that, you know, maybe there's a little less cheese in the sequel, and maybe we just get a better movie. But the price of admission was well worth it for, you know, it was a fun ride, a fun movie, but then that post-credit scene. I'm not lying to you when I say I had actual tears in my eyes. And spoilers, if you didn't know, but he's back. The Man of Steel is back. And the scene surrounding it was cool, whatever. You had Amanda Waller show up, and basically she's using Superman as a threat, but he steps through, and he just looked awesome. Seriously, I'm getting chills right now. For that one scene alone, it's all worth it. And I'm grateful to Dwayne Johnson and everybody else that helped make that possible. Because hopefully, or at least it seems like, now things are starting to trend in the right direction. They're listening to the fans. Man of Steel is my second favorite DC movie of all time. And I've just felt like he deserves so much better, at least to get a Man of Steel 2. So, you know, here's to hoping that that comes true and that comes to life. But yeah, like I said, this was a great step in the right direction. And as for Black Adam, I don't know where they go from here, but whatever they end up doing, I will be there, and I'll be watching. But yeah, woo! And what'd you say back there? Oh, did it pass my vibe check? Yes, it did, but I gotta be real. I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars, no doubt. But what did you think about it? Did you enjoy Black Adam? What did you think about that post-credit scene? Please let me know down in the comments, and feel free to start the conversation. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like. That's gonna help me get seen by more people just like you. And if you're digging the vibes, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'd love to have you become a part of this Jones Vibes community that I'm trying to build. If you want to reach out on social media, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Jones Vibes Only. And if you're a fan of the short form content, I do have a playlist called Short Vibes on my channel, so you can go ahead and check that out. But yeah, that was Black Adam. As always, I hope you all are safe, happy, and healthy, and I'll be seeing you next time.